for ITL. I'm an ITL expert and ITL approved trainer and ISO 20000 lead auditor certified. Alright, starting from service strategy, design, transition, what all life cycle processes you talk about, I have practically worked in those, so we have a lot more to discuss. Alright, now my first question would be, we are all from different organizations. How do we communicate? Did we understand each of us roles?
No.
I understood all the roles. Okay. So how will you understand when the other person is talking about his role or the job description, roles and responsibilities?
Common language.
Common language. What is that common language? It's standard. Okay, what is that? It's ITL. ITL is the common language across the globe. Why am I calling that as standard language or common language for organizations to communicate? What is ITL? Okay, information technology infrastructure library. Alright, what is it? And please do not hesitate. Whatever you feel, speak up. There is nothing called right or wrong. We are here to discuss and let us keep it a discussion forum. Alright? So please do not hesitate. Whatever you feel or think, speak. Now, what is idea? What do we understand? What understanding do we have?
It's a concept
Framework
that defines IT services and service management.
Right? Taking point. I heard something called framework. Okay? Why do we call it framework?
Different set of processes, roles.
Right? And how is it different from standard? Is framework and standard different or same? Standard is set of guidelines. That means you must abide to those steps if you want to achieve the desired outcome. That means step 1, step 2, step 3. Right? Whereas framework talks about the guideline, that is good to do, not must to do. ITL is a framework. It is not a standard. Not only just framework, it is a public framework. Why am I calling it a public framework?
Widely accepted.
Widely accepted, but also it has been derived from the public. That means ITL is nothing but the collection of best practices. What is a best practice? What is a best practice? Anything in general. What is a best practice?
Practice that work widely.
Okay, just work.
Recommended guidelines.
Recommended guidelines.
Cumulative experience.
Sure.
Cumulative experience from previous experiences.
Okay, learning from previous experiences and doing the better way with less constraints, less efforts, and effective outcome. Right? That gives you the best practice. The route what we choose to arrive to the hotel. Did we choose the longest way? Easiest way, right? Alright. So, ITL is a best practice. Collection of best practices documented from different organizations, chains like Motorola, HP, Accenture, Caterpillar, IBM, all these chains. Help them document the best practices, calling it a library. But why? What was the need all of a sudden? And when was it done?
Because in day-to-day life, it will be used in a more daily people. So that's why I'm making it adopt it.
Why?
Because after that we have to learn or we have to work on it. So before this period, we need to adopt it. So for the comfortable job.
Yes. My question is why? What you are telling is correct. My simple question is why?
Comfortable.
What was the need of adopting? Comfort. Okay. Comfort, we'll park it because comfort will not be the right word for that. Alright.
I started noticing that people will have different approaches doing IT business. That's why they want a common thing to unite them all.
Common thing to unite them, yes.
You have to reduce the time.
Reduce the time. What happened is in 1980s, the softwares were built, infrastructure was built, but it was not properly managed. The main reason being that once it is built, it should also be managed. What do you mean by managed? When a service is down, what do you call it? A service is down. What do you mean by down?
It was not.
Not reaching. Okay. When the service is down, how will you analyze the downtime? How long the service will be down? What is the impact of the service on the user community, business community? What are the dependencies, attributes? Alright. How do we deliver quality services to the customers? All these were the questions. When? 1980s. 30 years back, 3 decades back. Whose initiative? UK government. They funded it initially for their military organization, and they started the practice to support their IT infrastructure, military organization, and it was very well successful. So slowly it spread across to other government organizations in UK, across Europe, US, and right now all over the world. Any organization having more than 25 IT staff would be practicing ITI. Okay, directly or indirectly. Why do I call it directly? Why do I say directly? What do you mean by the words? Directly means you know you are doing IT. Indirectly, we don't know where we fit into the big picture of IT. All the roles what we have discussed here are part of ITL big picture. Just that we don't know where we fit. Alright, we'll see that. Now, talking about the history back again, when UK initiated this, version 1 was introduced, which had 47 books, 40 plus. Alright, then version 2 came into picture. It was 7 books, out of which 2 were given importance, that is service delivery and service support. Right now, we have version 3, 2011. Version 3 was introduced in May 2007. Alright, which had 5 books. We'll see what are those 5 books. Alright. Now, in 2011, version 3 was refreshed. When was version 3 introduced? 2007 mid, that is May 2007. Alright. Now, it was refreshed. The version was refreshed in 2011. So right now, the ITL version what we are using is what? V3 2011. The latest version. Alright. There are slight changes from version 3 to 2011 version refreshed. What was the refresh and all? We'll discuss as we go on with the course. Alright. Now, any questions so far?
How come the certificate syllabus version is 5.3 and we are with version 3?
Yeah, that is just the documentation version. So
We don't need to go by this.
No.
It's 3.
It's V3 2011
Okay.
across the worldwide. It's the same.
What is the difference between B1, B2, B3 and ITA?
ITL,
Comparison.
not comparison. ITL is what? Collection of books. Naming it as library. Now, version 1, version 2, version 3. What do we have? Like version 1 was 40 plus books. Again, they comprised it to version 2, making it 7 books. Again, they comprised it, making it to 5. Till version 2, it was a process-based approach. Like there was no integration between the other processes. From version 3, they introduced a life cycle approach. Why do I call a life cycle approach? Because the output of one process becomes the input of other process. Cyclically. We'll discuss that on the slides when we go on. That is a major difference what we have. So V3 was more user friendly, more robust for the organizations to implement the quality IT services for whom? For the customer. Everything what you do would be customer. And what would you analyze? How you are going to add value to the customer. Alright. Cabinet Office owns ITN. Alright. Any questions so far?
What they are updated each course.
What they have updated?
They were updated version 1, version 2.
Yes.
So what if you are telling they have updated one?
We'll see that. What we have updated, we'll discuss that while we are going. Okay. Right now, we have 26 process and 4 functions. Now, this is your qualification scheme. We are here. After you complete foundation, you can either choose life cycle module path or capability path. Life cycle is the actual syllabus of ITL by Cabinet Office, that is service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation and continuous service income. Each intermediate, these are all called intermediate levels. In version 2 it was called practitioner, from version 3 and above it is called intermediate. And for foundation, training is prerequisite, that is not mandatory but recommended highly to understand. But for intermediate, it is mandatory to go for a 22 hours of training before you go for certification. Alright. And for each module, each phase, life cycle, book, one and the same. You need to have separate training. Alright. Now, you can either choose this or combination of these two. What are these capability module? Few processes would be taken, combination of these two combines in S2. The course would be the same, just mix match of these two processes would be one. So this intermediate gives you 3 credits and capability module intermediate gives you 4 credits. Alright. Now, after you complete this, you have a bridge exam that is called Manage Across Life Cycle, which gives you 5 credits. But